Alright. So here's the thing. I've found weapons that have sockets. It's very important, but I haven't found any more rubies. And rubies is what I want to put in those sockets. So even though I found weapons that have sockets, they're not worth saving. They're garbage to me. Because I don't have any rubies. So I might as well scrap them. Because by the time I do find rubies, I'm gonna have better weapons. Yeah. No, but they're gonna try to do that. They're gonna try to crowdsource creativity. Which actually sort of makes me a bit not hype about the game. If Diablo 4 becomes, like, as a result of, like, the PR disaster, if Diablo 4 becomes, like, a game where it's like, the fans decided what this game was going to be, like, you hear it, right? When you just say it out loud, you just hear, like, oh, that's gonna be shit, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be dog shit. If that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be bad. Oh god. So these guys, they gotta go. Okay? These guys put on like a protect shield on things so you can't hurt them. See what they were doing? They were protect shielding the treasure goblin so that I couldn't hurt it. Gotta take out them first. Then you can kill the goblin. No, that's not what I want to see from Diablo 4. What I want to see is is some vision. I want to see like a bold game designer just pick it up, have some new, fresh ideas, and take it in like an actual sort of like original direction. And and you know what? Crowdsourcing creativity, it could have worked if you just start from zero, right? If you just say to people, we're making Diablo 4, we don't have anything yet, we don't have anything to show you, but we want to hear your ideas. We want you to tell us what you want the game to be, and then we'll move forward from there. Because then you sort of open up creativity and, like, you know, at least maybe get something more than just, oh, we want it to be Path of Exile and Diablo 2. Probably not. That's probably still the answer you're gonna get no matter what. But you could try, and maybe you'll have some hype and creative thoughts. But the problem here is that they showed people a demo, right? And what you do is you frame it. You sort of like, okay, this is the narrative. This is what you have to work with. So now people look at this and be like, oh, this is what I have to work with. I have to take my creative ideas and I have to fit it inside this frame that they showed me because this is kind of what it's gonna be. Right? Because that's what they kind of told people. And then you lock people's creativity, and now they can't really like sort of freeball it anymore. Now they're more constrained in how they're sort of like trying to think creatively about it. So they kind of screw themselves by that. By showing people the demo, they just sort of like ensure that they're gonna get less good ideas from the community as a result. And which is dumb, because that demo still in no way represents what the actual finished game is gonna look like. Like, it might not have anything to do with the finished game. Like, no visuals, no design ideas, no sort of like, I don't know. Like, the only takeaway that's legit is, you know, the cutscene, that's gonna be in the game. So yeah, Lilith and all that, and the cutscene's cool. Diablo like Blizzard cutscenes are always cool. And the more gothic tone, the more sort of dark and sort of like almost disgusting in some ways, like that tone. Yeah, that's still gonna be in the game because they were very open that like, yeah, we're going in a dark place with it. All right. Does it have to be even like an ARPG? Yeah, it probably does. It probably needs to be an ARPG, I guess, right? But like Diablo 3 took the franchise in a new direction. Was it perfect? No. No. But it was new. It was new, and like, you know, obviously, commercially, it was a way bigger success than Diablo 2 ever was. People don't like, yes, Diablo 2 did sell very well for the time. For the time it was in. But Diablo 2 is not the best-selling game of all time. Not even close. Diablo 3 outsold Diablo 2 by like 100-fold. Diablo 2 is a cult classic from a different era, where gaming wasn't mainstream the same way it is today. So I think when Blizzard, because Blizzard is they're not into making games like that anymore. Blizzard has very few games that's ever made. But their idea is that like, whenever they do make a game, they want it to be a banger. They want it to be a smash hit. They want it to be like, become one of the biggest games of all time. They don't want to release just something that's gonna be an indie darling. A cult classic. That's not the business that Blizzard is in. Straight up. So, when they look at Diablo and what it's gonna be, I mean, yeah, people have nostalgia for Diablo 2 and whatnot, but they're gonna look at Diablo 3 and see what worked and what didn't. The tone of the game is easy. That's something that people have been able to point to and say that, like, this kind of didn't work. And, you know, we've also seen with, for example, Bloodborne and stuff like that, like, games can have a really sort of dark and almost like horror tone to them and still be very commercially successful. We've seen that with other games too. So they're probably not as afraid of that as they were before. But when it comes to actually building like a game with mass appeal, they're not gonna make something that like is ultimately as janky as Diablo 2. They definitely want to probably try to keep the fast-paced action of Diablo 3, even though I personally think they should slow it down a bit. And when I say that, like, you're looking at this and thinking, oh well, come on, this isn't so bad, right? Why do you need to slow down this? And no, trust me, this is not what they need to slow down. I've told you this before and I'll tell you this again. When you get to the end game of Diablo, like the actual end game, just go to YouTube, okay? And just type in something like Diablo 3 GR 150. Right? Type that in. Diablo 3 GR 150. And just find a YouTube video of someone doing that in Diablo 3 in like a 4-person group, and tell me if you understand what is happening on the screen. And ask yourself, wait, is this my idea of what a Diablo game is? Like an adventurer going into like a dark horror-ish demon setting and fighting against the hordes of hell with demons and succubi and stuff, not? And and goblins and ghouls and all of that. Because trust me, that's not what you're watching on the screen. I don't know what it is you're watching on the screen, but apparently that's Diablo. Apparently that's Diablo you're watching right now. And you're like, what? What? This is Diablo? And yeah, they should move away from that. And that means they have to slow the game down. I don't know. It's what the game has morphed into, but it's just hardcore's left. That sort of gameplay is not gonna attract any sort of casual fan, any sort of mainstream fan. I don't know. What are you asking me for? Can't crowdsource creativity. I'm not gonna have any good ideas either. Oh, a ruby. That's great. I never said I was gonna have any good ideas. My ideas are shit. Don't listen to me. I'm the last person you should listen to. Let's see. 33% increase in damage. But I hate using two-handed weapons with a monk. You know why? Because they're slow. And you're like, yeah, but does it matter if your DPS is higher? You're still gonna have a better damage output per second, right? So does it matter if it's one hard slow attack or many soft fast attacks? Yes, it does matter. You know why it matters? And it's not gonna be because it's less fun. It's because resource generation, motherfucker. You get X amount of spirit per hit with your generator. Well, if I hit 3 times per second, I'm gonna generate more resources than if I hit 1 time per second. And I wanna spam my wave of light, right? I wanna spam this, because that's my main damage dealer. And I need spirit. Okay? I need all the spirit. See, not enough spirit to use this skill. It's on the screen all the time.
What you ask is impossible.
Exactly. So I gotta hit hard and fast. I gotta hit them many times. Alright. Well, that's my big rant about Diablo 4. And why I'm not all that excited about it. Yet, at least. Of course I'm gonna be, because like I've played Diablo 1 for hundreds of hours. I played Diablo 2 for thousands of hours. I played Diablo 3 for tens of thousands of hours. Guess what, motherfuckers? I'm gonna play Diablo 4. I'm gonna play a lot of Diablo 4. So when it's out, right? Or when it's close to coming out, yeah, then I'm gonna be excited about it. But I'm not excited now, because we haven't seen Diablo 4. We haven't seen it, not yet. Like, what we have seen, that's not Diablo 4. That's not anything. It's not what Diablo 4 is gonna be. I know. I'm being a negative Nancy. Now I'm being a realist. I'm just being real with you. Anyway. With this guy, you kind of actually have to pay attention. See? Because he hits slow. But he hits very hard. So I'm paying attention to where he's hitting, running around and dodging it. I'm paying attention to my number 1 skill, which blinds him, because that interrupts his attack. And I'm paying attention to my dash skill, so that I can like zoop, get out of the way when he swings. So I gotta make sure that I always have stacks. If I don't have stacks, then I gotta use my blind skill instead. So, you know, I'm talking about gameplay! Teaching you how to play the game. Oh, that's bullshit. Let's see if I can carry anymore.
I cannot carry more.
Well, I want to carry more. Yellow is better than blue. You want them yellows. Okay.
I
There we go. So we're up to 37. Which is cool. Let's see. That's good. This one goes on my follower. Yeah. Boots, boots, boots. Are these better? No. This is better, but I'm using my loot socks in the cube, so I can't put the crown in the cube. So you can only have one piece of armor in the cube. So I gotta keep on wearing it. That's fine. No. 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 Ooh, look at this. I know what I said before, but a 50% increase in damage is actually worth it. Especially since I found a bunch of rubies. I'm gonna drop this on the ground so I don't accidentally scrap it. Scrap, scrap. Boom. I'm gonna go here. And we're gonna upgrade that ruby. Yeah. So check this out. Plus 30 damage. It's 157. Put this gem in here. Shaboomba! Now it's 78% increased damage. And I'm gonna upgrade the gem I have in my helm as well. And that's a big enough upgrade to where it cannot be ignored. That means I have to start using this instead. My damage can go from 1,200 to 2,200. That's obviously very good. And other than that, not much else I want to do. I think next up, what I'm going to do is instead of running rifts, I'm going to do a bounty run. Which is 5 bounties in Act 1, 5 bounties in Act 2, 5 bounties in Act 3, 5 bounties in Act 4, 5 bounties in Act 5. Get all them bounty chests. I think. It's so weird though. Why would I do... Alright, it's because of recipes and stuff. And you get more of these, which you also need for stuff. And also, here's the thing. We're going to do one big thing. And that is weapons. We don't have to look at the highest usable weapon. We have to look at the highest weapon. And we're going to go to our Daibos. Our two-handed weapon. Our two-handed stick. Where we got it? Is it further up? Probably. Let's see. I probably missed it. There. Daibo. Here. See this? This is a level 70 weapon. I can't use that. But here's the thing. Do you know what sort of stat an item can get? It can get reduced level requirement. And you're like, that's dumb, isn't it? If you're level 40, you're just gonna find level 40 stuff. So what does it matter if you're level 40 and you find like a weapon that you can use when you're level 20? You're not level 20 anymore, and that's correct. So like the original idea for them was, I guess, for if you want to like create an alt character, a second character, then like the reduced level requirement stuff is good. When it's like a hassle to level up a character. That's not the case in Diablo anymore. So it's kind of a useless stat, except even though you're not level 70, if you've upgraded your blacksmith to maximum, you can craft a level 70 item. And that level 70 item can get reduced level requirement if you're lucky. And wow, isn't that something? So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do a mix of crafting and re-rolling, because we don't have that many resources to work with. We're getting pretty close to it. The highest you can get is like 28 reduced levels or something, so you can use it when you're level 42. So I'm gonna craft 5. Okay. Boom. Now let's see. Look at that damage. 3,000. This one did not have reduced level requirement. No. 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 No, no one had it. But that's okay, you can re-roll quantities. So the question is, what do we want to re-roll? And which one do we want to go with? So this one has dexterity and vitality. This one has dexterity and a socket. Those are both very good. So those two are standouts. So these two are our first focus, but re-rolling stuff gets pricier and pricier. So eventually you're going to stop re-rolling one of them and try to re-roll another one instead. Okay? So, this is a secondary skill. What's also good though is this. It has a chance to fear on hit. Why that's good is I'll show you. So if I try to replace, for example, the life after each kill, it'll show you all the different things it can get. And it can get quite a lot of different things. Fear on hit, stun on hit, blind on hit, freeze on hit. But if it already has one of those stats, it can't get the others. So as long as I keep fear on hit and re-roll the other one, well then it's not that many different things it can get, which increases the chance that what it will get is reduced level requirement. 30. So let's try that. We're gonna remove the maximum spirit and re-roll that. No. I'm gonna re-roll it again. Still doesn't cost that much. No. 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 It's getting costlier. And I think there's like a system in place in this game where like getting reduced level requirement is more rare than getting yours. Oh! There we go, got it. Bam! 27. So as soon as we're level 43, we can use this weapon, which will increase our damage by about 3,000%. And we're level 37, so that's 6 levels away. Yeah, that's not gonna take long. That's not gonna take long at all. Scrap the others, don't need those anymore. We got what we wanted. I'm not gonna keep re-rolling for anything other than that. Ah, that's great. That's great. That means I can actually sort of spend my resources on other things. Like these pants. Boom, new pants, slightly better. Like, that was a bit of a waste. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I still need my crafting materials when I hit 70. The only thing I could do, maybe, is find like a level 37 two-handed weapon and reroll, because this one has just got damage and a socket. It doesn't have dexterity, doesn't have vitality, but who cares? Who cares? So yeah, that's gonna speed it up, because as soon as I hit level 43, I'm just gonna blast the difficulty up to maximum, because I'm gonna do 3,000% more damage. And then I'm just gonna level up like crazy. It's gonna go super fast. So from 43 to like 60, that's gonna be done in a blink.